out there that thinks for 1 second that maybe I'm second guessing myself, that I am the greatest of all time forever and ever. One surprise. You don't like the prestige that I have in life? You don't like the notoriety? You detest the fact that I got more cars than most of you have friends. I got a big house on the big side of town. I got life pretty much the way I want it.
We had, say what? A whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's
word attack skills and vocabulary too. Cover hits in the disc edition, it's all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
Everybody, Ringtime Pro Wrestling is kicking it off for another week of strong wrestling talk. It is our Night of the Champions preview 2015. We are the champions. We are the champions. You losers, you lose. Oh, sorry. I don't even know this song. All right. Anyway, Keith and Keisha back in the building again. Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yeah.
Hey. Oh. Get crunk. Trap music in the building. Oh, no.
Look, I've been turned for like the last 3 days, okay? Just so I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired now.
Yeah. Don't really got nothing going on. So we're going to talk about this wrestling. Pretty much, Raw was the go-home show for Night of Champions. We're not going to talk NXT today. It just happened about an hour ago. Don't even have all the results. I know the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Invitational is going. I kind of wish they would have did like an all-in-one-day, 2-hour special, but that's not them. All is well and is well. We'll get to this wrestling. So, Monday, the Authority opens up the season premiere of Raw because it's the new fall season. And they were competing. And I want to know the final ratings, but they was competing with Monday Night Football.
Oh, no.
2 Monday Night Football games. And the second one wasn't that entertaining. First one was pretty damn good. I had my reservations. Keith, you can acknowledge your team. They won. Y'all did good this weekend.
Yeah, brother.
The state of Georgia was almost undefeated this weekend in football.
Look, let me tell you, Keith, I found that out and I was too excited, okay? It's like almost every major Georgia football team won this past weekend.
Man, Georgia State won.
Exactly. It was a wrap.
Kennesaw State. And only their second game of existence. And 2-0.
My Georgia Southern Eagles won too. Thank you, Jesus. I'm telling you, it was a wrap this weekend.
They played Lady Our Mary Sisters of the Blind, but that's fine. A win is a win.
Exactly. That's all that matters. W.
But either here or there. Monday Night Football is back now, and WWE is going to have a huge problem. They always have a problem. I think with that Monday night time slot where it is, they give people something to turn to, and with a 3-hour Raw, you get so bored.
Right.
I mean, it's time. I told you I nap like from 9:30 to 10 most nights, or do something else. Hey man, Black Ink Crew done got kind of interesting. I don't know. I have other things to do because that 3 hours is draining. You know what I mean? Like, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood might start getting more appealing than the 8 o'clock hour.
Look, all I'm saying is I watched it on YouTube yesterday, and this season might be a little interesting. I think I might have to watch it.
Here's the thing. I know Seth Rollins ain't going to talk 10 minutes too long in the opening promo. Right. I mean, that's what I get out of it. You know what I mean? And that's where Raw is they so formulated and regimented. I don't think they know how to put on a show that'll inspire and get people in and make people think like, oh, let's try something different.
Right.
It's just, a weird culture thing. But neither here nor there. So the Authority opened up and they make some announcements for matches tonight. And then I saw the most, because New Day was coming to ring because they had a match with the Primetime Players. It's the rematch for the tag titles. And that's the big match to open the show.
Mm-hmm.
You catch Triple H and Stephanie dancing with the New Day.
The most offbeat couple I've ever seen in life. Like, I swear to you, I was just like, really? Like, ain't
I don't know
one
if
of y'all.
Triple H was trying to be like Vince, but he looked like Vince in the Stand Back video. I mean, he was looking crazy. Like, he looked like he was dancing. He was like character Vince, like when people pretend to be Vince.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, this is good and horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
That being said, this Primetime Players thing, Keisha, it is getting over.
Right.
And I have to be one to admit, I like them now. Somebody I couldn't stand before, I like now. I mean, they have grown on me. And Xavier Woods and that trombone is over.
Oh, yeah, definitely. How he played at the end, and, whenever they're going to win, that shit is awesome. I can't even lie about that one. Like, it's greatness. They are just they're there. They're there. And it's funny because the whole crowd gets into it now. Like, everybody, how everybody just couldn't stand them, and now everybody's just kind of loving to hate them. Like, it's just, it's awesome. Yeah. I was kind of sucked into it, like, maybe 3 weeks ago. But, things happen for a reason. So, yeah. And Big E and that dancing is ridiculous. I can't deal.
Yeah, it's slightly uncomfortable to watch. Like, I don't want a Big E wardrobe malfunction. Like, it's kind of uncomfortable to watch.
Look, I've been saying since he started that they needed to change his wardrobe because it's a little small. I'm like, come on, dude. No. Like, you're a little big for this. I'm going to need for them to change what you have on. And now that he's out there grinding and all that, definitely need to change your wardrobe. Cause Big E wardrobe malfunction will have the WWE sued. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Nah, they need to stop that. They need to stop that immediately.
Right.
I can't. But it's hilarious.
I thought Raw did a good job with that match with the Primetime Players, because they had to reconcile that was ending, and you knew it was going to end because hell, I mean, the money is in New Day and Dudley's, right, at Night of Champions.
Exactly.
So it ends, and they have it, and that's what it is. I guess they ran a video package for Sting throughout the course of the evening because they want to honor Sting and show him. It's very weird when booking doesn't pay attention to story. Like, hey, if the Authority who's supposed to be in charge, why would they run an all-time great package on Sting?
Exactly.
Wouldn't you wait for that to happen after you beat him and then they can give you the package and make the package for you?
Right. No, they wait until beforehand, and it's weirded out because it's kind of like, wait, but do you like Sting or don't you like Sting? Because I need to know. Like, how exactly do you really feel about him? Because it's like, you would think that if this is being ran by the Authority, all that ain't even finna happen. You put him in a match against the Big Show, like his very first match on Raw ever, and you put him against the biggest athlete in the world. Like, it's like, dude. But then, like, throughout the show, it's like, oh yeah, Sting. Oh, he's so great, Sting. Like, it's like, wait, what? Like, it's confusing. It's confusing as hell. I was confused as hell. Like, I was just kind of like, so, what's up with all the great Sting moments, though? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, it's Nothing wrong with it. I thought it was an excellent package.
Right. You know, it is, but it don't make sense to me when the person that they're backing ain't singing.
Yeah,
He's like, the hell? I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to make a little bit too much sense of it, because in my mind, I'm just kind of like, man, I love it, and I'm glad that they did do that for him, because he deserves it. But at the same time, you just kind of like, but wait, but ain't they back at Seth Rollins? Like, how the hell? What? I'm looking like the worst look of confusion is on my face after that. It's just kind of like, but why? Huh? I don't know. Sometimes you just can't try to make sense of things. You just have to let it be. Like, you just gotta let it be.
Right. So, I mean, as we're working our way through Raw, the Sasha Banks Paige match was decent, but it's like the fourth time I've watched it in 3 weeks.
Right.
Somewhere, I guess we're going to go to Charlotte, Sasha, or something like that. I think that has to do with somebody getting the belt first. Not sure if that's even going to work. We'll see. See how it all works out. Right? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's been crazy. I think the Divas Revolution is a weird one for me. First of all, I don't understand how Natty's been left out of all of this. You know, everybody's stuck there, clean cut, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't get how that all works out. But Natty should be in the mix.
Yeah, definitely.
She's been there long enough. She can actually wrestle. I think she can give a lot to the matches. The match her and Charlotte had on NXT was great. At the takeover a couple of months back. So, you know, that's unfinished business. So, you know, it is what it is. Question of the $1 million question. And we're going to get back to the preview of Night of Champions. But who do you think might be Roman and Dean's partner?
Look. Keith, and what's funny is my first obvious answer is Randy Orton, right? Considering that he was attacked the week before, but I'm just kind of like,
no, Randy out. No,
yeah,
Randy probably be around for a while.
It has to be somebody. I feel like it's somebody they're bringing back. Like, I really don't think it's like one of the people in the locker room. I don't. Either it's somebody they're bringing back or bringing from NXT. I don't know, but that's where I'm at with this right now. Because to tell the truth, I have zero clue who the hell it is. Like, zero. Like, I can't even guess. Like, there's just no way I could just be like, oh yeah, it's him. No. You know, because
I'll give you a few guesses during the pay-per-view preview. And I think I'll be dead on solid, whichever one. I don't know. You know what I mean?
We both know it's not nobody like Jack Swagger. Like, like it's not. We're not going there. Like, it's really left me in a state of like, okay, what? I don't know. I can't even give you a guess. Keith, I'll let you handle that because I can't even guess. I don't know. I have no clue. Like, there's no context clue or nothing that is helping me right now. Like, I just don't know. So
yeah, I guess we got a few with Ryback and Kevin Owens. I guess Ryback is still in that getting to know you idea for the fans, or I think he's trying to endure some, support from up here and just like, hey, working out here is hard. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
But here's the thing. I like Kevin. Kevin delivers all the time, promos. I think there are antitheses of people going against each other. Kevin with the girth, Ryback the jacked up muscles. No prediction really, or I'm just still letting it all take here and see, because there will be time to not do such a thing. I so far it was so good. I mean, I can't really complain with what I'm seeing here from any of the guys involved in this. It's sad that Cesaro couldn't really continue on, and not sure what he's gonna get into, but that I mean, we got the job done.
Right.
Neville and Stardust have a weird match. Can't really explain that. Nikki
Yeah.
Bella. Nikki Bella has a video package that's halfway okay.
It was decent. I agree. It was decent. Not really a Bella fan, but it was decent. So,
Yeah, we get that. So are we headed towards a Rusev face turn?
I don't know. And to tell the truth, if we do, like, it would be weird. I guess because I think Rusev is just gonna. Let me say this before I say that. I've only seen him as a heel, so of course haven't seen him as a face yet. Don't know what he's gonna be like, but I really have a good feeling he's gonna be better off as a heel. Like, I just don't know about doing a face turn for Rusev. Because, I mean, he's built his character so far off of, like, I want to kind of say anger. That's a better word to use. And it'll be weird to see him in that kind of context, the context of a face. Like, it's really weird. So, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Like, I'm really just kind of skeptical about this whole face. But to me, it's starting to edge towards that direction. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I only toy with the idea because Summer Rae keep hiding gifts, and Summer Rae is obviously the bane of everybody's existence. I mean, we can do something where Summer Rae goes with Dolph, and a lot of Rusev get back together and crush everybody, and then start going on a round table of crushing for a while.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah. We'll see how it all works out. I think Rusev is a dynamic character. I think him and Lana got back together. I'd be interested to see them as a run as a face.
Right.
But, is what it is. So we had a main event with Sting versus The Big Show. First time Sting ever wrestled on Raw. What's that stake?
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. But they had the match, so we went back to Nitro Circle 21 years ago. They turned around.
I don't know. The match was really, I guess it's just kind of weird seeing Sting on Raw, in a match in the ring. Because,
Right.
I mean, so far we've seen him cutting promos. And that's understandable. Of course we're going to see him cutting promos. He has a match coming up. But when he wrestled, he didn't even do that much. Like, it wasn't even like that then. And now he's in a ring, like, actually wrestling a match. And I guess at some point, they just wanted to kind of make this happen at some point during his contract of the fact that, when he's there. So, I mean, I get it. I do. I'm just kind of like, why pick Big Show as your opponent, though? Like, that's, I wouldn't say it's weird. It's just kind of like, what? But I guess that would be kind of like the end all be all of it, So it's, to me, it was kind of an authoritative move. With the authority, of course, making the matches and everything, you won't Sting to face somebody that could possibly crush him before the pay-per-view, so that he would be like hurt for going in to face Seth Rollins. So it made sense to me, but I'm just kind of like, the Big Show, though? And then the twist that happened in the match itself just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of brought on the weirdness of everything. So, because changing it into a tag team match was, well, I would say it was a little predictable, but it wasn't. Like, I kind of seen it coming, didn't expect it to happen, but it did. So, yeah.
So, like I said, this match was circa 1994, but I thought, was what it was. Of course, Seth Rollins had to interfere because he knew that the match was going. It's, John Cena had interfered. We ended up with a tag match. Keish, how predictable?
Yeah.
How predictable. But, it was okay for what it was. They had 5 minutes because we was already overrun.
Right. Yeah, of course. And then, the way it ends is just, the way it ends is the same,
Right.
Sting and Cena win, and the faces stay in the ring, and it's
they
have to be Sunday.
Correct. They have to stand prim and proper. They happy. Hey, things went down the way they said they were supposed to go down. And they conquered the evil giant in front of the authority, and that's what needed to happen.
Right. So,
that being said, we'll see how Sunday plays out. I think Sunday will be very interesting because I don't know who's supposed to do what. But I got some ideas that I'm going to share with y'all. We'll come back after the break. But before the break, did you get to see Table for 3 on the WWE Network?
Did I see? Wait, what?
Table for 3. It was a special on the New Day on the WWE Network.
No.
It aired right after Raw.
What? No.
Very good. It's on demand. But it was very good. Very entertaining. Those 3 sat down and got honest with each other and just talked about life and kicking it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm pretty sure they still have it up on there. I have to go watch it. I have to see it. Because I'm pretty sure it's as interesting as it sounds. So I'll make sure to make a point to watch it because I did not know they did that. I learn something new every day. I swear you do. So
But
I'll make sure to go back and look for that.
Yeah, definitely look for it. I think it'll be something entertaining for everybody to watch. I think it's a good, nice, wholesome. Like I said, they get along, they talk, and you find out deeper about their relationships, how everybody met, and what came together, and what came out of the story. I guess I talked a little fast for that. Other than that, we're gonna take the break, come back strong, go over some news, some birthdays, and we gonna preview Night of Champions.
Oh Lord. Ooh, and
Just like what we were talking about, everybody sets their goals high, and look what happens. This isn't just ours. This is everybody's. This is everybody's. This is what you need, Ted DiBiase. You need a little bit of family. That's what we are. When we get together, we get people sticking together.
This is not the $1 million belt. This is the Hulkamaniac belt. This is not purchased. These belts, this Hulkamaniac team can't be bought. You gotta fight, kick, and grind for it. And Hulk Hogan, we are gonna fight, kick, and grind for you all the way.
You know something, multi-million-dollar man? Now that we're winding down to the Survivor Series, now that it's not that far off, I really like the fact that you're being backed into a corner by your own team. These guys aren't a bunch of has-beens like you tried to drill into the powers of pain's mind. These are the best in the world, brother. These are the best at what they do. These are the WWF Tag Team Champions #1. I'm glad you had to cut an extra check to the powers of pain. And as far as Jake the Snake's DDT stretcher service, arenas all around the country, multi-million-dollar man, his opponents are getting that long, slow ride in that rolling coffin as the ambulance wheels out of the arenas, as the red lights come on. I can't help but think you're going to be the next victim of the DDT. Zeus, you're mine. Jake the Snake, how are you going to get him in the
bottom
DDT?
line is this, my man. A man that's dying of thirst has to have water. A dog that's starving has to have food. A child that's crying has got to have some attention. I have got to have you, Ted DiBiase.
You know, we all have our needs. We all have our wants. But one thing I know, multi-million-dollar man, winding down into this thing, you're going to be on the phone. You're going to try to get a hold of Jake the Snake. You're going to try to get a hold of Demolition. Nobody here sells out. We live by the commandments.
Yo, everybody, we are back at it again. Continue with this wrestling. Is our wonderful birthday segment. We're in the middle of September. Yesterday was September 15th. Former SmackDown general manager, former Fame wrestling manager, announcer Teddy Theodore R. Long celebrated a birthday.
Hey, Teddy. Hey.
Player. Teddy was born in 1947. So doing some math here, that makes Teddy about 68.
Sound about right.
Yeah, be 70. Okay. Coming on down. There was no birthdays on September 16th. September 17th is when most of you will hear this show for the first time. None other than James E. Cornette, manager of the Midnight Express, famed wrestler, manager from WCW, celebrates his birthday. And then we'll skip ahead till Saturday, the 19th, where I can say there's a bunch of birthdays. Eva Marie celebrates her birthday. Renee Young celebrates her birthday. Gerald Briscoe all populate the 19th on Saturday. And on Sunday, the 20th, Hall of Famers Greg the Hammer Valentine celebrates her birthday. Greg will be popping in at the big 6'5". Woo-hoo! Also, coming on down, Arn Anderson, who will be probably about 57, I think, around that time when smoke clears and things like that. So, we here to talk, and we'll talk about news that's going on in the wrestling world. So for the news statement, Keish, let's start off. WWE issued a statement about the lawsuit going on between their doctor and CM Punk.
Really? Now?
Yeah. Basically, they're trying to say that the doctor decided to file a lawsuit on his own. No coaching by the WWE. No nothing by the WWE. They are totally not with Punk at the time to say, hey, man, what you doing? Is that the squad you going with? So
right.
WWE Doc says, hey, man, I'm backing my reputation. So we'll see how this plays out in court. Because it's $1 million lawsuit. $1 million.
Right.
Here's some good news. TNA will be inducting referee Earl Hebner into the Hall of Fame this year, Bound for Glory.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Uncle Herb. He is more than just a father, but he's a brother who's a good ref, and they also,
He does deserve it. I give him that.
Yeah.
He does deserve it. I have no objections over here. A little weird, but he's deserving of it. So.
Yeah, but it'll be a little different with presentation and stuff like that, but be interesting to see. Right. But yeah, Earl going to the Hall of Fame. Earl's been a part of many big time angles. Anyway, Earl was a good guy. My most famous memory of Earl Hebner, 88, Saturday Night's Main Event, Hogan and Andre for the title, and there's a discrepancy of who's the correct Hebner that's supposed to be refereing in this match.
Right.
He used his brother. I'm gonna tell you how outlandish wrestling was back then. They said that it wasn't. They didn't know that was his twin. That was like his brother. But Ted DiBiase paid for some plastic surgery for the guy to make sure he looked like.
It was the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. I've seen this before. I've seen this before, and it was like one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. I was just like, "Are you serious?" Ted DiBiase paid somebody to get plastic surgery to look like another referee.
Right.
Who in their right mind, like who in their right mind would actually even go through with that, Because then you're permanently looking like this person for the rest of your life. Like, why? Like, seriously? Whatever. Right. That just shows you how ridiculous wrestling was back then. Like, it was just kind of like, really? Really, dude? That's what we do now? Okay, no. Just no. Like, no. And it's funny because people were like, oh my God. Like, who would do such a thing? Seriously. Hey.
Right. That's, like I said, shout out to Earl. Well deserving on the Hall of Fame induction. He took a lot of his years, I think, when people thought he was done, and he gave them to another company and worked himself out. And was there till almost the end, so may be seen. There's rumors backstage of bringing Jeff Hardy back to the WWE.
Really now?
And they don't mention Matt. The article is really slanted towards Jeff, which I thought was kind of weird. Personally, I don't think they come without a package deal. I think they can split up later, but they're coming as a package, and you will respect that with a decent number. Also, I think what comes with them in that situation, that scenario, is they feel like they can just pluck the star. I think on like a 4-month basis, the whole territory would pop. Like I think, Steve, you got guys come down.
Mm-hmm.
Because they pay him, the label give a sparkle. So let's sparkle a little bit.
Right.
So, but yeah, I would definitely think about bringing Jeff and Matt back. I think both of them can really contribute to the roster, and especially when you talk about young kids.
Right.
I think that is where like they can train and learn, because they can learn from some guys who know how to get over and know who actually made it.
Of course.
I think that's going to be one good thing for the Dudleys. I think they're going to really be teachers. I thought the Outlaws did a little bit, but I think the Dudleys really going to be teachers, and we'll see how it all works out. But trying to go through, make sure I got all the other news and notes covered. Yeah, everybody's pretty much done deal, and let's talk Night of Champions, Keish.
Night of Champions. Night of Champions.
All titles are up for grabs. The WWE has done a good job promoting and consulting this pay-per-view, and it's starting to become one of the ones to look out for.
Right.
And the timing of it, I mean, it's September. This is the angles you're going to build to go into Survivor Series. Then, or angles therefore of, then after that is the Christmas.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, pretty much.
Why things happen. But Night of Champions, all the titles up. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, Keith, I got to touch on another bit of news before we do the preview of Night of Champions.
Okay.
We still haven't fully came out. Hulk Hogan said the WWE told his wrestlers, hey, stay away from that fool.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Yeah, I mean, he said they can't really talk. People might want to reach out to him. They can't mess with Hogan. Nobody.
Yeah, I would. To tell the truth, I really wouldn't be surprised if they did do that. Like, hey, so him, no, you can't talk to him. Don't even. Just no. No. You can talk to anybody you want to except him. And that dude too. And that guy over there. Like, yeah. I have to thoroughly say I wouldn't be surprised at all. Right. Like, if they did actually say that. And of course it'll be unofficially. Like, it'll be like, yeah, we're telling you, don't do this. We're not going to put it in writing or anything. But we're telling you, like, don't do that. Just no. Just steer clear of that one. So.
But, yeah, we'll get back to Night of Champions. Held down to Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. We getting Houston.
Oh, Lord, Jesus.
Don't be popping. Scarface and Jay Prince to the building.
Shut up. Shut up, Keith. I swear. I couldn't deal with you.
But one of the better pay-per-views on the WWE calendar. And yes, all the belts are up for grabs, and some things that have nothing to do with championships.
Right.
So,
but the most important thing is that all belts are up for grabs.
Right. So we're going to go down the line like we usually do.
Of course.
And talk about these matches. So the first match is Neville and the Lucha Dragons versus the Cosmic Wasteland, Stardust, and the Ascension. I guess that's their names together. They're going to be the Cosmic Wasteland.
It's kind of like...
Six-man tag match.
Why everything Stardust do is cosmic? Like, I understand his name is Stardust, but it's just kind of like, do you really have to make everything cosmic when you're teaming with someone else? There's a little bit things that you just shouldn't do. I mean, it's just things that you shouldn't do. But I guess it goes along with the comic book lines of dealing with Neville. So I get it, but it's just kind of like, just no. No. Some things you just got to leave alone. So, whatever.
I don't know how to call this match. I'm gonna say that the Lucha Dragons another win. It's a pay-per-view open-up show, and I don't think we want to disappoint the kids who probably watching on various platforms of social media.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah.
Speaking of social media,
face team.
Yeah. Speaking of social media, have you heard the rumor that Facebook might add the dislike button?
Look, I think it's in the works, but I have read it coming from several sources. I don't know how credible these sources are, but yeah, I have read this several times, and it's crazy because one of them said that it's only going to be for like sad and depressing things, but I'm like, how can you determine what's sad and depressing if you're not posting it? Like,
no, you won't.
There's no way to really. So it's like the dislike button. Let me tell you what's going to happen with this dislike button. Okay, this dislike button, if it does come to exist, is going to get someone shot. All I'm saying is, this dislike button is going to tell people what people really think of their Facebook statuses and postings and videos and pictures and everything else. Because right now all you have is the like button. So you see things and you're like, oh, it has like 3 likes or something like that. Yeah, that same thing that has like 3 likes, this dislike button gets created, it's going to have like 67 dislikes. Like, it's finna get real out here, okay? In the Facebook world, if they create this dislike button, it's finna get seriously real and real fast. like it's some feelings are finna be hurt. That's all I'm saying.
No, so I agree. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, it's going to be some hurt feelings. Somebody's going to be severely butthurt around here. Like, it's going to be several statuses that's going to be written just on the fact that somebody's status was just, like, completely disliked. Like, it's... Whew, honey. I want them to create this just for the hilarity of it being created, but, like, I do not want to see what's going to happen after the fact. I don't. So, but yes, I have definitely heard that rumor several times over, and I have to wait it out. For me, things have to be waited out because I have to see if this is actually in the works or if it's going to happen. You know, I just need to know. So, yes, that answers your question.
All right. Well, back to the card. Kevin Owens will challenge Ryback for Ryback's Intercontinental title. What do you think?
I think Kevin will. I'm gonna keep my original opinion. I think Kevin is going to defeat Ryback somehow, and will become the new IC champ.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think Kevin necessarily wins, but I think something funky happens. Like, this has a dusty finish all over it. Don't really know what's going to really happen, and if people will, make their moves in time accordingly or whatever. But, or just get out of the way, man. They all could be headed towards Stonebound.
Yeah. So, that's my personal opinion. Like, I don't think that it might be clean, per se, but I think that he wins, I think that he wins, so yeah.
Right. And somebody sees value in what you're doing. But that's neither here nor there. I like Ryback, but I also like Kevin's shorts. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man.
So, I think Kevin at some point will hold a belt. I just don't want to see him end up falling again, because this will be the second time, third, that I can think of that he would be losing a match for a title. So I really think that if he starts off with a belt, it'd be the IC title. And I really think this would be the time that it happens. So,
I was saying fair. I think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a bad idea to put it on him. I just think they're going to find another date and time and try to find another way to do that. Next match on the docket. I put Seth Rollins and John Cena on the. So we'll get that out early.
Right.
I
Because
think
you
Cena
want to.
beats. Yeah, I think Cena wins. I think Cena goes down and pushes everything forward and got a legitimate shot at it.
Right.
So
I think so too. Like, I agree. I think that Cena takes his title back
right,
and that Seth loses this one. Like, I definitely think Seth will definitely lose this one, if anything. And it kind of gives a good tone to what the rest of the night might be like, for him, for Seth.
right,
Because, of course, if he loses one match, he still has another. Still has another to go through. And I think that, of course, everybody will be talking about it all night. So, yeah. He's going to be back down to one belt after this one. Well, at least until the rest of the night goes on.
right,
And he
right.
has another match. So,
Okay.
for right now.
Also in the mix here, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, mystery partner, will take on the Wyatt family.
You know what's funny is, like, I want to be like the Wyatts, but I don't know who Dean and Roman's secret partner is. Like, I can't sit here and say, oh, it's gonna be the Wyatts because it's gonna be a handicap match. Like, I really can't put a finger on it because we don't know who Dean and Roman's secret partner is. Like, they have a partner, fine, but we don't know who it is. So I can't gauge if they're gonna win or not if I don't know who they're fighting with. Like, that's just me. I guess I'm just random like that. Like, I just need to know all the facts before I make a decision. You can't just give it to the team that it's already put together just because they're put together. And Braun, have you seen Braun Strowman? Ooh, honey, that is a freak of nature. Jesus. So,
Perfect Keith.
I'm just saying, man. Like, he's huge. Like, and he looks mean. Like, I guess because he's been tossing people around like rag dolls, they've made him look monstrous, which is, I'm guessing, the point of him being like that for the last couple of weeks or so. I mean, I understand it. He scares me. I'm a little terrified of him. And I probably wouldn't want to shake his hand in person. Just putting it out there. Nothing against him or anything. I'm just a little terrified.
Right.
I'm good. I'm good. Like, it has nothing to do with, like, the way he looks at. I'm just a little terrified of him. Because if he looks like that, he would have to, like, be singing or something, like something jolly for me to, like, hey, can I have your autographs? Can we take a picture? Like, because if he looks like that, if I see him in an airport and he looks like that, I swear to you, I'm not approaching him. Like, I'm just gonna like, there's a wrestler. Hey, it's Braun Strowman, and I'm gonna keep my distance.
Now, I think the Wyatts win this match. Please believe. I don't think it's all for wasted time. I think the Wyatts will establish themselves as something to be reckoned with. My pick for the tag partner is either Corbin, like they thought it was, and they accidentally tweeted out on the site.
Right.
Or
that would be. I mean, that
he's
would
been
be
out for a while. This is how he comes back. He's a good guy, and he's just tired. And he's tall enough when he stands in front of Strowman where it won't look small. It actually look like, because he stood the Big Show before.
Right.
And it looked good. So I think you got gold there. But I don't think that's enough for them to win the match. And I think the Wyatts keep that and keep going.
Right.
For the upkeep tab, Dolph Ziggler takes on Rusev. I think Rusev holds on while he got Dolph in the ring, but I expect shenanigans, and I think Rusev might get betrayed on this pay-per-view.
Right. I do too. I just want this to end already. Like, this storyline now it's just becoming slightly annoying. Like, it really has. So I just ready for this to just be over with already. Because I swear to you, if I see this match one more time, I'm going to scream. Like, it's just, no. just no. Like, they really need to find something for them both, other than facing each other. Like, that just needs to be over and done with already.
Also on the docket, we talked about Sid, Lucha Dragon. The Dudleys take on the wonderful New Day.
Okay. So,
Go for it.
I'm going to say this out of favoritism. I ain't gonna lie, I'm totally biased in this match. I am so behind the Dudleys. I am. I'm so behind the Dudleys. I love them. I love the Dudleys. I've been a Dudleys fan since forever and a day and all that kind of stuff. That's just me showing favoritism, being biased about it. Now, let me be objective. I think the New Day will retain. Personally, for some reason, I don't feel like the Dudleys is going to win the titles at this particular pay-per-view. They will in the future, the near future, but I don't think it'll be here. I don't think it'll be here, and I don't think it'll be against them. So that's personal opinion. I love the Dudleys. I do. I am such a fan, and I had to be one of the most excited people when I seen them come back. But I don't think that they're going to beat the New Day at this particular pay-per-view. Not here. Okay. Yeah. So, not saying that they won't win the WWE Tag Team titles for the 10th time. It will in my mind, it will happen, just not here. I think the New Day will hold on to the titles. It's not going to be clean. I don't think it's going to be a clean win, but I think it will be a win for them. Like, they're going to retain the title. That's me. It hurt me to say that, but I had to. I'm a little taken aback right now. It's funny because I'm sitting here like, Keisha, did you really just? And yes, I did.
Yeah. I mean, suckers got to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's ride out this pay-per-view, Keish. Nikki Bella defends her title against Charlotte. The new rules state if Nikki gets disqualified for any way, shape, or form, she will drop the belt. I thought that was kind of an even-handed decision by Stephanie, almost kind of near babyface-like.
Yeah, it was. And I think that it makes you question, like, is the authority doing a face turn though? Like, are they sliding into that babyface slide? Like, that's just kind of me. That's me. But, whatever. It's funny that this stipulation has been added, but I can understand it, But I'm like, what about them using Twin Magic? Like, what about them using, hey, what about that? But that's neither here nor there. We're not going to go into that. I don't know if Nikki's going to retain or not. And the reason why I say that is because she just broke the record for holding the title and for being the longest reigning Divas champion. With that being said, now that the record has been broken, I think it is time for her to drop the belt. Is it to Charlotte? Possibly. I believe so. In my mind, yes, I would say it is to Charlotte. So I would pick Charlotte as the new Divas champion.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Charlotte. I think the big thing, the hurdle that they broke the record, which they cared about, which is not even a real women's record. I guess it's a record for the Divas title.
Right. Exactly. The Divas title.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything on the list. Oh, John, Seth Rollins, Sting, final. What you got?
Okay, so this was hard for me because when the first match was first made, I did say in our previous show that I think that Sting would win, just so that he can hold the belt, even if it's for like the next couple of months or so. He's the champion, just to say that Sting cemented his legacy and held the WWE title at least once. Maybe it might happen. Do I think it will happen right now? No. Maybe, and considering, well, this is the thing. I don't think they'll have him losing 2 pay-per-views because the last one he wrestled at was WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken. So, of course, I don't think they'll have him lose this one. I want to say that, but why not have Seth retain? You know, it's really a lot of questions that can make you go either way. I fully support my decision in Sting winning the title here at Night of Champions and just having the belt for like a couple of months, you know, because title reigns these days, they don't last long. I mean, Seth has gone on for a while and whatnot, but they don't really last long at times. You know, it's modern day era title reigns can go on from like a couple of months to like 5 months to 6 months, maybe even a year, but never longer than that. So him holding a belt for a couple of months or so wouldn't even be far-fetched. It would just kind of be expected, you know, just for this simple purpose. So I really don't know how to call it, but if I'm going to support my original decision in this, it's going to be Sting wins the belt clean, and then Seth doesn't have a title at all after this. He loses both belts at Night of Champions. Like, that's my final answer. So we'll just have to see. I mean, it could go either way. I think Seth's a great competitor, personally. And, I mean, he'll have enough time, in my mind. He'll have enough time in between his match with Cena and this match with Sting to get ready and whatnot. But I just feel like it's definitely going to be, this is how it's going to go. So we'll just have to see. I just think that it'll be a change. It'll definitely be a change. I mean, Seth has held the belt this long, but I think that it would definitely set a different tone. And I think it's the tone that's being looked for right now with Sting. If Sting holds the belt, it'd set a little different tone. It'd definitely be a tone that we all look for at this point. So I'm going with Sting. I want to go with Seth, but it's not probable. Not in my mind. In my mind, it's not probable, especially with everything that just kind of happened. I know the authorities backing Seth, but it is what it is. So what do you think, Keith? Like, how do you think it's going to go?
Can a 56-year-old man pull it off?
I think Sting will pull it off. Personally, I think Sting definitely is going to pull it off. So
I don't think so. I think Rollins possibly could walk out with both belts and just proclaim he's the greatest ever.
Yeah.
He had to stay heel, but I can see that very well happening. But you can take and learn and look and compare our notes to see what's happening, what's going on. We'll be back next week with a recap of Night of Champions, and we'll talk everything else that happened in wrestling. Peace.
Bye.
Welcome back to the Superstation, ladies and gentlemen. We know that the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is very deeply involved in this summer's Great American Bash. His situation with Barry Windham has certainly reached the boiling point. And earlier this week, in the volunteer state of Tennessee, Dusty Rhodes had this to say with Tony Schiavone.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as we talked before, we are less than 1 week away right now from the big event. Right now, as Barry Windham is walking back to his dressing room, we'd like to bring in the one and only American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Jim Ross said it. It's almost time for the big event, and I know from seeing Barry Windham that he is prepared.
Ain't it good to be alive and raised in hell in Tennessee? Yeah! The bottom line is the Great American Bash is now on the air. Live and in color, Jack. Barry Windham, you're another one of yellow dog like the rest of the Four Horsemen. The other bottom line is my man Stinger, my man Nikita Koloff, the Dr. Death, the baddest man in the world. And my brothers of the road warriors. We too taking names and writing them down. Now, as the name taking is over, the honey kicking gonna stop. It's gonna start now. It's gonna run through the summer, and it's hot, hot, hot in public, if you will. I've never been a man to back down from anybody. that. You got to understand, Bear Windham, you're a snotty-nosed punk kid. I'm going to take my U.S. title and put it back around my waist where it belongs. The other bottom line is that the world's heavyweight wrestling champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, finally now meets his greatest challenge. Lex Luger will be the new world heavyweight wrestling champion. Yeah. It made me think just a little bit. In public again, Bob Dylan said one time, he said to me, Bobby D said, you know, sometime life is a drag, sometime life is a bust, but we all got to do what we must. We got to keep it on, baby. And now then, we gonna start keeping on. My brother's gonna kick some booty this summer, baby. That's the bottom line. I love you, Tennessee. I want to say hello to all my fans. Fairview and Allen, Texas. The Big Dust is coming home tonight, baby.